Good morning to you all out there. Hope you're all well. Hope you had a good week. Today we're down at Hythe. We're right up the other end of the sort of garage end, if that makes sense. We're parked literally just over there. It's a nice easy beach to fish. I'm with Andy behind me. Ross is joining. Tide is dropping. We're going to fish it out, fish it back in. Time is just coming up to 7:30. Conditions perfect, but I say that every time and then I embarrass myself. So going to get some rods out today. I've got black lug fresh, 2 hook flapper, 2 worms on each, short snoods. This I'm using a clip down and I put 2 small bluey on, and don't need to fish too far out here because it goes into deep water. So let's get the rods buzzed out and see how we get on. I really hope I catch fish today. I can't really complain about space or swimmers or paddleboarders. Well, Andy and I have been getting these nodding bites. That explains what the nodding bites are, the bloody spider crabs. We've caught 3 spider crab, rather tiresome. So I've adjusted my, I was going to say tackle, but no doubt that will get a load of feedback from some of the comedians out there. So I'm going to say the rig that I'm using, I've put 2 floats on. The theory being is floats here, bit of line here, floats go up and lift the bait off the ground and then the bait's pulled out in the current. That is the theory. I put it on both rods because I've had another spider crab on this one and I'm getting very tired of it. I was watching yesterday a bit of YouTube, and there's a chap on there who I've watched for many years, a chap called Reese, young man, nice fellow, Fish Hunter UK. A few of you out there will have come across him, but he's packed up. He's going to have a rest from it all because the poor chap has had some rather negative stuff aimed at him and some quite vitriolic things aimed at him. And I don't get people who behave like that, who think it's acceptable to be what's-its to other people they've never met. And all Reese is trying to do was show his enthusiasm for fishing and share it with other people. And there's quite a lot of work that goes into, you know, doing stuff, putting films together, etc., etc. And I really don't get it. I was looking at Facebook. There was a man who'd rescued a baby badger, and he got loads of vitriol thrown at him. You know, it's a wild animal, you shouldn't touch it. Badgers deserve to be killed, they spread TB, and then there were people who go, well, stop eating meat, and then other people slagging them off, and like Pandora's box, bang. All these armchair warriors out there, which is a bit sad that human beings upset other human beings. Which kind of makes me thankful that I'm down here doing a bit of fishing with some friends of mine, although there's not a lot of fishing, there's loads of watching going on. And Richard in West London, he wondered which regiment I was in when I was in the military, and for all of you out there, I was in the Queen's, and I fired back to Richard, no jokes please, and I got a message back that explains why I cast strangely, and it did make me giggle, fellow. Now this is what fishermen do when fish are not biting. They revert back to childhood. What are you throwing at, fellows? There's a stone, there's loads of stones.
That one there, you just hit.
Ah, the brown stone in amongst all the other brown stones. So we've sat here for several hours, caught loads of spider crabs, got line broken, nothing. And then in true fisherman style, we're coming up with all the reasons as to when the fishing is suddenly going to get better, i.e. when the tide turns, when the current starts flowing a bit faster. I really hope between the three of us we catch something. But as Andy reminds me, you've got to be in the fishing with hooks in the water to stand a chance, and we do get blanks, don't we, as a lot of you will no doubt empathise with out there. But it might not be the biggest of fish, but it is a fish. And what is it? Is it a dogfish or is it a smooth hound? I think it's Ross's favourite. Ross likes these fish. He likes unhooking them. It is Ross's favourite fish. Do you want me to unhook it, chap? What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you, Ross? I'm going to have to give you unhooking lessons, I think. Right, little chap. He says, come on, dogfish.
Long way to go down.
Well, it is if you're really old, Ross. But is that okay? Yeah?
Just let it go.
Yep, alrighty. Perfect. So there we go, one little dogfish for the camera. Right, little dogfish, let's get you back into your little dogfish house. Today's one of those days when I could murder a cigarette. I used to smoke, and I was advised it was a bad thing to be doing, and my wife never really liked me doing it, so I stopped several years ago. But I don't think the craving ever goes away. Andy is the spider crab champion today. He has a double shot of spider crabs. Nothing to be... Yeah, double. I suppose nothing really to be proud of, but it indicates it must be absolutely rammed with them out there. Now there is a fisherman who's like a heron. He's a coiled Greek spring. Oh, now Ross has saved the day again with another one of his favourite species, the dogfish. You want me to unhook that fellow, do you?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll come and do it and we'll get it back in. Little chap. An itty bitty dogfish. This man is digging around in front of us like a slightly eccentric bear, and it's really peeing Ross off, who's trying to reel his line in. But this man is insistent on digging holes. I wondered when somebody like this was going to come along. That's just extraordinary. Go and dig holes somewhere else. Look at the length of the beach. It goes for miles. There's no one else on it. But oh no. Ross has caught himself a little dab. An itty bitty little dab.
Lovely piece.
Right, the little dab's going to go back. It is, what's the time? 3:30. We're going to fish another couple of hours. Fish a few more hours of the tide up. Andy is just losing snood after snood after snood. Casts out, bitten off by spider crabs. We've had spider crab and more spider crab. Ross has had a couple of dogfish. Wind was coming from that direction, swung all the way around, true easterly now. Sea's changed completely, so it's all ruffled, very grey looking, rainy. But we'll give it a go because it would be great to actually catch a fish, and it's really unusual that Andy hasn't caught anything. But I suppose it is. I would have bet 50 quid this morning when we got here that all of us would have caught consistently because everything looked right. But ever the optimism of fishermen. So there's always that, well, in the next half an hour, the next half an hour, the next half an hour. And let's hope that that moment comes today, because it's a bloody old schlep to get down here. But I'd come back here again. Easy to get to, really deep water, which is great at all states of the tide. Very picturesque. Yeah, good beach to fish. I will be back. I don't know. I'm going to give it maybe, I'm getting knacked off with it now. So I might give it another half an hour and then get home and drink cider. So to all of you, as ever, thanks for watching an old bloke do fishing stuff. It disappoints me sometimes that I can't bring more fish to the camera for all you nice people out there who've been watching me. But thanks to all the new subscribers, and big up Billy and his new channel which he started, Billy's Bass. Look after yourselves. Next weekend I'm away, but I might go fishing on the Monday, but I'm heading off for a weekend away with my wife. Kind of reward her for me being away pretty much every weekend doing fishing. But we all understand, don't we? That's the way fishing goes. So you all take care. Cheers. Bye-bye. Right, we're sort of nearly finished. And I'm doing this on the iPhone, not the other camera, hence the wind. And Andy's had just a bonkers bite. But is it a fish? Are we going to be able to see a decent fish on the beach? Because it has been deeply depressing today. And what is it? It's a little dogfish. Oh, well, it's a, no, I take that back. It's a bigger dogfish. Right, back he goes.